Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020 Fall Split. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, and today we're gonna start with our second part of the journey. The first part was the group stages where we had 32 teams, but from those 32, 8 have been eliminated. Now what we are left with is the top 24 teams who are gonna be playing in the semi-finals today. And as I said, this is going to be day number 1. Joining me, ladies and gentlemen, on the desk, it's going to be the Papa Bear himself, Fixes.
Thank you so much, Johnny. But right now, as we have entered the semi-finals, now things are gonna get a lot more interesting and a lot tougher because from the South Asian regions, we are gonna have just 11 teams qualifying for the finals because you have a lot of teams from Nepal and Bangladesh waiting for you in the finals.
Well, yeah, about that. It is 10 teams that are going to be qualifying
10.
in the finals. We were misinformed a little bit. It is 6 teams that have been invited in total from the South Asian region, 1 from Bangladesh and 5 from Nepal. So that's how the split is going to be. 6 invited teams and top 10 teams from the semi-finals moving forward in the finals. So finishing in the top 10 is going to be important over here. And as this journey starts, it's going to get even more intense day by day as the teams are going to be running out of matches slowly and steadily. So the format, we are going to talk about it in a little while. But first, before we talk about the format, we have to talk about what is on the line for these lads. It is the prize pool. It is the slots for the PUBG Mobile Pro League Season 2.
And for the first position, you get that $2,600. And second position, $1,600. Third and fourth will be getting $1,100. But what really matters is those slots for the PMPL Season 2. And 5th to 16th are gonna get that $1,100. But that is all they have to be satisfied with. And for 17th to 32nd position, they have to get $600, and that's where they go home. So right now, we have seen the prize pool. We know what these teams are fighting for. But along with everything, these teams are also fighting for their bragging rights. They're representing their nation. And how do you get that? You have to take those kills. You have to earn those points, those positions, and everything. And let's take a look at the points distribution table. Pretty standard. We have been seeing this from a long time. For the first position, 20 points. Second gets 14. Third gets 10. And it slowly reduces down to 1 point for the 11 to 16 position. And the best part, like I've always mentioned, 1 kill gets that 1 point.
Yeah, and that has been pretty important for teams like Venom Legends, who have been really consistent in the placement and the kills and are still holding a really good standing. We're holding the good standing, in fact, as far as the group stages were concerned. But talking about standings, they have been reset, so everyone starts from 0. And talking about starting from 0, there are going to be new groups. Teams are going to be reshuffled into 3 groups this time. So let's have a look at the groups as well. 3 groups this time, 24 teams divided. And starting things off with Group A, we have Rivals X, E2S, OPM, A1 Esports, and High Voltage, the first 4 teams. The next 4 are going to be 4 Archangels, Rising Nepal, Kira Pace Flow, and Harame, who also had a good finishing in the group stages.
Absolutely. Team Harame were the late bloomers. They started off really bad, but then they picked up the pace. But right now, taking a look at the teams that are going to be playing from Group B, we have Phantom Esports, Gods Reborn, Angry Springs, PWP Esports, followed by KS Axe, Toy Knights, Trusty Process, Abrupt Slayers. I mean, TDP, these were the teams that were really struggling yesterday and finally somehow managed to edge inside the top 24. But talking about Group C, we have PN Crew, Wolfsdane, Satan, DRS Gaming, a team that has been dominant throughout the group stages, and now we will have to see how they fare off in the semi-finals. Now, in Group C, we also do have Soldier PD, Venom Legends, Salty Squad, 7C Esports, who have also really had to try hard on the final day to get into the top 24.
Yeah, especially in that last game. I mean, TDP making it into the semi-final stages. That was a pleasant surprise, welcomed, I'm sure, by their fans and the people of Nepal. But this team is going to have to improve their performance quite significantly in these semi-finals if they want to make sure that they're moving towards the finals and finish in the top 10, because it is going to be a tough situation for these teams to fight it out. Every single team will play 16 matches. After those 16 matches, whoever the top 10 is, they get to move up. Rest everyone else they will be out of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And for teams like TDP qualifying in the final games, I mean, that was more of a sigh of relief
Yeah.
because if you talk about that team, we always anticipate that team to be getting into the finals, and they are a potential candidate to win the PMCO itself.
Yeah.
So, for them, now it was a risky business getting in, but now things have settled down. Now you start from zero. Now you have to get your way back up, and let's see. As the games commence today, we'll have to see how these teams are going to play today.
Well, we will definitely see how these teams are going to be performing, especially once they actually start performing in their matches and the matches start going into those negative numbers you're just calculating. Now we have 7 games left, now we have 6 games left, 5, and as soon as they go down, the pressure is going to build up on these lads. Along with that, there's going to be the pressure that you know who you are going to face in the finals itself. It's going to be Elementrix, it's going to be INES, a team that basically tore up the stage when it came to the PMPL scrims as well. We saw them improve quite a lot. It's going to be Gianmara who is going to be there waiting for them.
Yes, absolutely. INES, I believe they joined later, and they have been a team that I love to watch with the level of aggression that they have. Finally, we get to see Kapshi back. But what about Evil Eye? I mean, he is playing in a different team now. We have to see what new changes have INES got into their roster. All these teams are watching carefully and are learning all the strats. And they've got that experience from the Pro League. And they will be definitely looking forward to carry it forth in the PMCO finals because they've got their eyes on the Pro League.
Well, everyone has their eyes on the Pro League. In fact, as the teams will start this battle. This battle in the semifinals will commence at any given moment, and it is going to be an intense one as well. Because if we're talking about the maps these guys are going to play, it is going to be quite interesting. Let's have a look at the schedule, and we'll talk about it as well. Because as you see on your screens right now, Erangel, Sanhok, Vikendi, Erangel. So 2 Erangels, 1 Sanhok. Those 3 happen every single day. Changes come in when the Vikendi is going to be swapped out for the Miramar.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a disappointed guy right now because today I don't get to cast Miramar. I mean, that's my favorite map. But still, you love Vikendi and you love those circles, those shapes that it takes. And today we're gonna see how teams from Group A and B are gonna perform. And what we saw in the group stages, I think we're gonna see a better, different meta over here. Teams are gonna get more serious. We can see a lot of teams alive in the final circle. So let's see what happens.
Well, talking about what happens, the first game is live, so let's have a look at the trajectory of the plane, which starts all the way from the western edge of the map. That's going to be the western side of Gatka and goes towards the Stalber-Kamishki area.
Yeah, and looking at the flight path, we can certainly conclude the fact that teams going towards the southern side, so Snovka military base, Novorep, Milta Power, even Lipovka is going to be very far-fetched. But certain teams will definitely be happy. Pochinki, we have to see who makes that drop on this heart of Erangel and who goes towards which area. But right now, the first questions, we have seen Erangel also having those drastic initial circles. So what do you expect? Do we get to see some very, very weird zone?
I mean, today we did get weird zones while we were casting PMCO Pakistan, and it was weird. The first one was a southern circle. The next one was a one towards that mini island between Rozok and the northern parts of this map. So stuff like that, it's really, really entertaining, but I still want to see the fights happen. And those places, I think the Georgia Pool City area, that's a good spot. Yasnaya Poliana, the farm situation on the southern side, that's pretty incredible. Rozok School area circles, those are going to be nice to look at. And definitely the military base circle.
Imagine the circle goes south, but no disappointments this time. And right now we've seen this circle. This is a very generic circle, but you know what can happen is a lot of tweaks around those 5th and 6th circles. Today in the last game of the Pakistan PMCO we were casting, we saw the circle go towards the western small little island, a small little bridge. There we see the bridge just beside Rozok. So you know that was a drastic circle. A lot of teams had a lot of troubles trying to get inside. But now, in this entire circle, we can also anticipate a Pochinki circle. Pochinki circle is something that we have not casted in a long time as well.
Yeah, in a really long time. And We have seen teams take good fights in that city, but we haven't had a final circle situation in that city area. Not even the Pochinki Hill in a long time. But talking about things, it seems like as we did predict, reaching the military base was going to be tough, but so far it looks like everyone has decided to avoid the island completely, and that doesn't mean if one of the teams actually goes there, they get control of Novorepnoy and military base, and they can basically loot for free over there.
Yeah, they can get that free loot, but we will have to see as to where they exactly want to head out right now. Team Rivals, a team that we absolutely love and adore with the way that they have been playing. Doyen Knights, initially they started off really well, but somewhere they started fizzling out, and today I have to see as to when the points are reset, how are they going to approach to this entire new game. And right now we can see Khuni in front of our eyes right now. Rising Nepal, they are moving out towards to the Milta area, and now they're gonna loot, they're gonna have a good time over there, and they will also have to rotate inside the circle. But talking about Pochinki, we do see Team E2 SOPM. That has been a surprise team in this entire PUBG Mobile Club Open. I mean, imagine a team from Maldives having a player from Sri Lanka. The variety, the flavors, everything are culminating together, and all the players, Hunter, Toto, Mifsal, they were absolutely amazing yesterday.
Yeah, they were amazing indeed, and that's one of the reasons why they're here. They had a good standing in every single match, managed to be somehow consistent even after they had a bad game, and that is what's important. Even if you get eliminated early, even if you have an early exit in one game, you need to make sure that you aren't overcompensating for that bad performance in the next one. You need to make sure that you are sticking to your game plan, you are being really consistent, and if this team, they just improve even slightly with their team fighting abilities, because that was one thing that both of us felt was lacking from their side, they will definitely be able to finish in the top 10 and contest the other teams for the final slot.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, let's take a look on the other teams. Team Harame, like we said, they are a team that has been blooming up late, and they've come up really strong. IR2 is a player that we have to watch out from this team. Alongside Nang, we've seen Nang also pull up some good performances. Right now, Team Harame is having no trouble looting the shelter areas. They loot all those small compounds. Kind of reminds me of Team Freestyle, where they used to drop over here, loot about the entire area, and just go and hide in that one small compound. But right now, oh my goodness, Abrupt Slayers, they really have been spotted by members of Team Harame. They take those shots, they want to take that fight. Karthik is in a bit of pickle right now as the grenades come in. Heaven lobbing all those grenades. Where is the backup? Team Harame, this is looking really, really bad for them, as Heaven will definitely connect that grenade onto with Karthik. Can we anticipate a pan?
No, they are not going to go for the pan. They just want to end this early and move out from here, because this position was quite exposed. The reason they got this easy pick was the backup was not there. And we did see this squad of Arabe get punished for this same mistake again and again, even during the group stages. They split up way too early for the game, and that's the team's playstyle. They like to split loot in a distance location, and but the mistake arises in the fact that they are always too far away from each other. There is no time for the backup to come in.
Yeah, there is absolutely no time right now, and Harame, they will be really, hurt with the start that they have had so far. But right now, Team PWP, this is also a team that has a lot of potential. We saw some good plays coming in. They've got some good players with a lot of good experience out there, and right now it's just their time to shine, that time to prove themselves, and train to kill. Shari, I mean, he was amazing in Vikendi, if you remember the fight he took, but these are your leaders so far. Team Phantom, they've been playing amazing. And all their players, I mean, they might not be the most flashy players, but this team sure knows what consistency is.
Yeah, they do know about consistency, and they have managed to keep their own consistency in a good sort of a graph, or good side of the graph. But now for Archangels, Mr. Wise, has he spotted out the players of KS Axe? Looks like he's still scouting the compounds to see if he can spot someone out, but the players are on the other side of the ridge, and they are sort of being really careful, because one of the players, I think Synox was the one who has spotted out, because he is the one with the perfect angle to actually see the Archangels coming in from the distance. This is is going to be a really interesting fight on the side of Rozok.
Yeah, absolutely. For Archangels, we have to see as to how they are going to proceed against Team KSX. And we have seen Team KS do really well. They've had their good days, they've had their bad days. T-Lex, like you said, is moving in close. Oh, now he's exposed. Oh, my goodness. That was a good knock coming in from abroad. He's exposed. Oh, my goodness. That was a good knock coming in from Abrar.
They have readjusted their crosshairs towards another team.
Yeah, and right now they are in the open. They do realize that fact because Abrupt Slayers, like you can see, Nova X is already in the fray. And the moment they are too much engaged with a fight against Team Phantom, and that's where Team Abrupt Slayers will be, striking. And God's Reborn, like you can see, they are also in the nearby vicinity. So now PWP has to be very, very careful with every single movement that they make. And now the first circle is coming into a close. As it shrinks down, we will see as to where this entire zone is going to be going around, because a lot of teams have kind of stacked up the center area.
Yeah, the center looks really, really stacked right now, apart from a few teams, that is Skirape, Slow and Doyen Knights, who are going for those late rotations. But the circle moves in this if you abandon your good cover. This time you get nothing. You might just get taken out unless there is a clear line of sight to your opponents, wherein we did see an early fight of that sort against where the 4 Archangels did manage to get a pick. Against it's that open, your opponents that are in that open situation wherein you know you're going to confirm their kill. Don't leave your cover, just stay in one position and just hold out. PWP, they definitely needed. Don't leave your. They were quite exposed from 3 different directions, plus they had a team right next to them. But 4 Archangels, once again stepping into the action, are going to take down Gole from the side of AGS. Boom Twice was the lad who got the knock, and with the nade, Mr. Wise is going to try and confirm the kill as well.
Yeah, and right now, Team 4 Archangels, I believe they've not had their lunch today because they sure are hungry, wanting so many kills. They are going on those aggressive front. But right now, Abrupt Slayers also being the one who are trying to play aggressive today. And right from the get-go, in fact, Joko, as you can see, has spotted down SK49. Will also take him down. Can he confirm the kill? Yes, he does. And right now, PWP, like we said, this is a team that has been having those meddling around plays. Again, find themselves in a lot of trouble. One player already down. Now they need a good area where they can kind of sustain for a longer time, because the second circle, as you can see, is slowly but steadily and definitely heading towards Pachinki.
Yeah, it is going to head there eventually, unless it makes a drastic shift, but we can expect that after the 4th circle. For now, most of the teams just having a good early start. Some of them, the teams that have lost players, teams like KSX, PWP, AGS, High Voltage, and Harame, definitely not having a good start, with stuck with the 3-man roster for now. But this team, 4 Archangels, they look in a really different mood. As you said, might not have had their lunch today, look really hungry, and that is going to be good for them. Have confirmed 2 kills. That means 2 points are already theirs. Just need to pick up a few more so that they can have a good start to the semifinals and can just start the semifinals with a good momentum. They are charging in on the players of AGS. Muffin is definitely going to be taken down and finished off by these 4 Archangels. But on the other side, Boom Twice is going to be traded out as well, as Hanol is going to go for the target, but out in the open, he's going to be exposed. Mr. Wise opens the crosshair in the wrong direction, and Hanol is going to be able to reach the broken wall from where he fires the shots, trades out the damage and gets the knock on the second player. But he gets backstabbed by Clutch, who does a lot of damage. Abrar charges in, gets the knock. That's going to mean that now Lakhe OP is going to be the last man surviving for the squad of AGS. How long can the lad live? His position was unknown, so he's going to be able to get away. But once again, 4 Archangels off to a really, really good start. The knocks that were there by the 4 Archangels, the players that they had knocked out for their own team, they are going to get an easy revive. But this one, Abrupt Slayers, Joker was taken down. The revive comes in. He's going to heal up and step back into the action against the players of Phantom.
Yeah, and right now, Nova X, it does not really want to peek out at this particular moment. But if one good grenade comes in from Jax, then that might be troublesome. But Frypan, he's got a knock onto his legend. And we know Team Phantom, they know how to utilize on the situation, managing to knock down Nova X. With that, we will be pushing out. But whoa, what do I see? The circle taking that curveball like Johnny predicted today. And right now, Abrupt Slayers, they're in a whole world of trouble. Heaven, he does not know what to do at this particular moment. He has to go in for the revive. But can the players of Team Phantom will give them enough time? Joker does manage to spray down and knock down Jax, who was running in the open. And right now, Lemmy has to provide that cover fire, but he goes down as well. Joker is absolutely on a prowl right now, giving them the space and the time for the revival coming in on the teammate. The grenades are also cooked in, but Rafat will retaliate with a grenade of his own, and Joker goes down. It all comes down to this one man, that is Heaven, had that Uzi, but no, you cannot do anything in front of the domination that Team Phantom have led themselves into.
Yeah, the charging came in a bit too late. He should have charged in when his teammate Joker from the rooftop was creating damage enough to knock down 2 players. Had Heaven charged in then, they would have definitely been able to take down the 3rd player as well and then go on for the later fight. But Phantom, once again, a team that was doing really, really, really well during the group stages, have 4 kills confirmed for them, have lost 1 player though, Jax. This might impact the performance during the late game stages. So finishing off with a chicken dinner, it's going to be a little harder, but it's not going to be impossible. That's the good thing. That's what they need to focus on. But the Death Machine, T2K, they are PWP are charging in slowly and steadily. They have spotted out the players of Phantom. The noise was made with the weapons as well, so PWP know exactly where the players of Phantom are. Are they going to let them escape? Rafat, he has gotten out of the house in his buggy. Frypan is going to do the same, and if he does not take Lemmy with him, then PWP, they might just go for the hunt.
Yeah, they certainly might just go for the hunt, but right now we have a kerfuffle between the players of Team Rivals and Kira. But there you go, Chari spraying down all those bullets, but Team Phantom responding to it really fast. Lemmy will get that knock on Leon, as Rafat, who's really low, will be getting taken down by the play zone. It's still the 3rd circle, so revival is possible, and Team Phantom have to decide, go in for the revive, then heal up, then get inside the circle. A lot of jobs that they have to do, but yes, Frypan does not delay even a second. But right now, Team PWP definitely on the losing end this time, as they lost out yet another player and will have to get inside the circle. But right now, Team Phantom, for them to get inside the circle safely, they will have to maneuver around from the northeastern side.
Yeah, they will be maneuvering around with a really, really wide rotation, but they need to be careful with that one as well, because they can be gate kept. And this circle is going to be really, really interesting. We might just see the swan dives coming in from the players. It is on the very southern edge of the main island in this land of Wrangel, and it's going to be quite interesting because Rising Nepal have already taken the position on the edge. That means they're just going to be fighting in 3 different directions, right in the front and 2 to the sides. Frypan is going to be finished off by the play zone. The knock is going to be there as well. Kira pays flow. They have a squad right in front of them. Totally takes a lot of damage. Barely managing not to get knocked out by the players of Doy and Knight. But Akish, he does spot out Jane and Kurkure. The damage was being done. Can the knocks come? And he spots out Rival X as well. So there's 3 squads present in these compounds.
Yeah, and right now, Team Phantom, oh my goodness, they are dealing with the wrath of this blue zone and will be taken down slowly but definitely. Right now, 4 Archangels, they are also getting decimated to the circle. I mean, what is happening? Have the players not looted enough? They do not seem to have a lot of meds and utilities right now. Nemesis, he was spraying down a couple of bullets. In fact, rivals, they are in a good position, but they can certainly get a better position. But by the looks of the circle, is it a possibility, Johnny, that the circle goes down to the water? We have had seen that
Yeah.
before as well.
That was the World League when it happened, and it was super fun to watch. But this time, I want to
It
talk.
was a brawl.
Yeah, it was a brawl. It was just weird. I mean, we do remember Ted with the fist against the players of RRQ, but the nade on one Relin is gonna make sure that he's not gonna be there. Keish also falling down to a nade, and Rivals X is showcasing why they had the sort of standing that they had in the group stages. Trigger just runs in, takes down two players from the side of Doi and Knights. Phantom taking an exit, and Rules, you have to be careful. You do not want to fall down from the edge, and he falls down, and he is gonna be out.
That's gonna hurt, and that's the reason you but thank God that Sexy Pig is over there. But we do have to understand where the rivals are going all in. Trigger is already knocked out. They have to prioritize that revive. No, that is not gonna happen, as Sexy Pig will be confirming that kill before getting taken down himself. Right now, Team Rivals again getting themselves into a very good position. However, I really feel that the buggy, if they kind of block off the western side of there where they are,
Yeah.
that could be better. But since the US has been rammed in, Steel Shot taking a finish, in fact, onto its Nang. Now they have placed themselves in a very good spot. Team Kira, they are also looking promising at a good position as well. Now we will have to see as to where the circle is going to head out right now. Kira's don't die. He's got some enemies in his radar. It's just a matter of seconds that he takes those shots.
Yeah, the shots are going to come in all right, but look at this. We have already players going for the swim. Boom twice, using the UAS as a cover just to hide himself from Havoc. And Lake from AG is the last surviving member. He's just sitting next to the airdrop with the entire squad of rivals on top of him. But Gol 3 on 6 fly 69 with the Mini 14 trying to dish out the damage. Is not going to be able to do that. The shots miss their mark, and he is going to be quite upset about it. But for now, Golds Reborn, they are trying their level best, as Kurkure was taken down by a gentleman in a trade that came in really fast. 6th fly, this is the third attempt that he has had to try and finish off the players of Rivals X, but to no luck. PWP Esports on the other side, they take an exit from this game on the 13th position.
A lot of shocking teams getting eliminated very early, but this is still the start, and we know when things start getting reset, a lot of teams know that it's a fresh start. You can give your best, and A1 Esports this time around, we will have to see as to how the players are prepared, and they have got some amazing players. This squad from Bangladesh has got a lot of good fan base coming out there for themselves, but right now Team Rivals, they are on the receiving end, and Mifsol, he has been finished off. I was certainly looking out for the domination for from Team E2S OPM, and now Totter is wide open. It's just a matter of a couple of seconds where he gets shot down. But Koch Reborn entry, this player has been a legend in the final days that we saw. He's getting so many kills for himself and his entire team. But Koch Reborn, they are chasing down a squad. What is going on? This is going to be absolute pandemonium as Team TDP enter into the enemy territory of A1 Esports. One player gets knocked down, but Alu taking down a whole vehicle over there. But still the fight is on. TDP's players dropping down one by one. It's a nice hole coming in there from A1 Esports. Shagar being the survivor alongside Lazy. Steel Shot will take him down as well. And Steel Shot goes for the second. But no, not to his misery. But Fear, he is closing in. But that does not really matter because A1 Esports have managed to eliminate Rusty Process.
That was an aggressive charge in from TDP, and A1 Esports somehow just pacing the fight correctly, but on the other side, fights are not going to be paced properly. KS Axe, they get charged upon by E2S OPM and wiped out in an instant as they were hiding in the wooden shack, and E2S OPM, they just spot them out, go for the finish. Hunter definitely living up to his name, has 2 kills confirmed out of the 3 his team has in total. 4 Archangels take an exit on the 10th position as we move down to 9 teams in this match, and 20 players alive as rivals are gonna lose Noob to the blue zone and the squad with that as well.
Yeah, and Havok, I guess he knows that there is a guy. He has seen those vehicles falling in, but still, look at him. Look at Entry. He does not want to come up. He does not want to give away his position. But Lake, I believe his position is gonna get compromised. He's taking a lot of damage from inside the water, and now he's come up on land. Cooney, look behind you, my friend. Look behind. There is a creeper. There is someone sneaking up, and no, nothing really happens. But Lake looks to be in a very, very terrible position as he will be taken down from the play. So that's a good decision. He did not at least give
Yeah.
away that kill point.
Yeah, no point being given away over there, but A1 Esports in a really, really good situation right now. I think even better position is going to be had by the players of High Voltage, who are already inside the circle and will be fighting and gatekeeping everyone from coming in. Rising Nepal on the other side, they are just trying to hold the ground against the players of A1 Esports. Steel Shot and the lads from the barn houses are just putting a little bit too much pressure on their opponent, especially with this mini 14, creating a lot of chaos and not allowing them a single second to breathe. But they need to be careful as well, because E2S, OPM, they are right next to them. Rising Nepal, their first challenge is definitely going to be the players of High Voltage, who are pretty close and can definitely take out this entire team.
Yeah, absolutely. We will have to see as to how this entire team is going to perform right now. But Assassin, I believe he knows, he has smelled something over there. He knows there is someone watching him from behind. You get that sixth sense. But Daughter, look at him. These guys stop at nothing, absolutely nothing. But Ozzy will be taking down Aloo, and Shoikat surviving with a sliver of HP. How does he even live over there? One shot, even from a pistol, can finish him off. But Fear will also get taken down. E2S OPM, nothing to stopping them right now. But Sinister will find that knock onto its Daughter. But Steel Shot, Fear, both of them have been knocked out as Sinister marches down his line. Hunter looking in the different direction. No, my friend, with that E2S OPM, they were looking invincible, but they certainly are not.
Yeah, they are not invincible, and I think A1 Esports just wanted to prove that point. A1 Esports also one of those teams that we did criticize for their performances in the group stages, but I guess this time they know what the mistakes were, they have fixed them, and are standing pretty tall and pretty far above everyone else the way they are playing right now. But High Voltage, they are really, really, really good in this game. Look at them on the edge. Just need to deal with Rising Nepal. That's the biggest challenge that they have. Apart from the A1 Esports from the northwestern side, they're going to have to take the fight out in the open, which High Voltage with these sort of small, the giant rocks on the cliff are definitely in a good position to take.
My MVP for this match is going to be Entry,
Oh,
and
yeah.
at his buggy, and the whatever cover he is using to
Where is
stay
he?
alive. He is just behind, I think, the players of Team High Voltage. I believe that was Assassin, and he is still not even coming out. How does he have a breathing mask there? What does he have? How does he survive for so long?
I have no idea why the players of High Voltage haven't spotted him out, or why he hasn't died yet. But with the circle moving a slightly northern area, that's going to be Entry's opening to come back into this game. If he can find a way towards the land, he can definitely go up and finish in the top two. High Voltage, they are going to be in so much trouble right now as the players are falling left and right. Top 4 teams alive, 11 people in this game. A1 Esports in a really good position, all 4 players alive, but Rising Nepal showed up. He has spotted them out. Cooney has been taken down by High Voltage's Assassin. Havok charging in from the rear. Rising Nepal caught off guard. The knocks are going to come in, but Crazy is going to try and take the fight. Havok has been taken down. Assassin, the only man surviving for his team. The responsibility is just going to be too big for him. Can he take it? Can he deal with the situation? As Sonam with the nade is going to try and finish him off. Lands perfectly. Havok is going to be finished off, but the car being thrown down the cliff. Rising Nepal just sacrificing one player for the sake of the rest. Look at this. Sonam is going to use Crazy's distraction as an opportunity to revive his teammates, and then the team can deal with Assassin first and then the remaining players of A1 Esports. But Entry, he has made his entry onto the land again, and there goes High Voltage. 3 teams remaining, 8 players alive.
And amidst everything, Entry has finally made it inside the circle, still kicking. And right now, Z1 Crazy might be in a little bit of a pickle as he will be spotted down. He's being rammed down with all those bullets coming in, but does not really manage to find that knock. But somewhere down the line, Steel Shot knows there's a player, but Dada comes in. But Entry will deal with him as well. Entry is gone berserk right now. He has gone beast mode activated as he is slowly, definitely looking forward to make it into the top 2. Sonam does understand the gravity of the situation as he will be taking down Shoykot in the process. Would want to finish off that kill, would want that kill point for himself. But Sonam, he is very low on his HP. 3 players from team with A1 Esports have spotted him down the line. And why is he standing up? Oh my goodness. Fear will be taking down Sonam. And right now, it's Entry against the whole world. Can he manage to clutch it out? We have seen this happen before, but can he fight against the numbers? Still holding on to his lines for quite some time. But an amazing chicken dinner coming out there for Team A1 Esports.
Yeah, A1 Esports, they were amazing. They did get a lot of kills. That final finish was pretty good. Sonam, he needed to secure that kill from A1 Esports. That was a skill shot. But the reason he needed to do that was he saw the nade right next to him. He knew he was either going to blow up or just barely survive and not take the next fight. And that kill secure is just going to give that team one extra point that they might have missed out on. Also, I completely agree. MVP for the game. I mean, no matter who gets, for the stats, for us, I think it has to be Entry.
I mean, not just surviving, but still holding on to the horses, where most of the players, kind of their nerves shatter down, they just break off. That's where he held on and managed that knock on Dada. That was impressive. He took a shot onto
the finish
it.
as well.
Yeah, I mean,
he was the reason. I have to say, Entry is the reason that Rising Nepal is not the team, is the chicken dinner, because he did so much damage to the other player as well when the vehicle was going in. That was crazy, I believe.
As he won Crazy,
and as Crazy was charging, there was so much damage done to him that he could not have survived the onslaught that was waiting for him from A1 Esports. Let's find out who the MVP is for this game as far as the stats are concerned and who did the most. It is Sinister getting his 6 kills, 824 damage, 25 minutes and 1 second of survival time with a distance covered of 6.64 kilometers, and even he had an amazing performance.
Yes, he absolutely had an amazing performance out there. But, you know, the antics of Entry kind of overshadowed the entire fact that A1 Esports pulled off an amazing game over here. Like, look at the circle. They were way far from it. The way they took the circle, they managed to take out all those squads on the edges and still in third inside. They managed to finish off Team E2S OPM as well.
Yeah, they managed to finish that team, and
I think it was Sinister.
Yeah, it was him charging in as well, and it was pretty incredible because you do see a team with the lads out in the open, but you are charging out in the open as well. You are going to be exposed, and they still took the fight. They still managed to come out on top, not just on top of E2S OPM, but on top of everyone else in this lobby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone else in this lobby.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the final, when the top 2 teams were remaining, it was Entry against 3 players. And that was a good decision from Team A1 Esports to not go in one by one. Because at times like that, you know, you have the chicken dinner coming and you're like, hey, wait a second, I'll just go and finish him off. And you go in, and with the form that Entry was in, he could have easily gotten that knock. It required 3 players to take him down. And still, he was surviving for, I guess, maybe a second longer.
Definitely more than a second. I think it was like 2 seconds. He lived 2 seconds.
He was jiggling around.
Yeah, he jiggled a lot because it was 2 players shooting at him and it took them a while to finish him off. But let's have a look at the top players and see who all are going to be joining our MVP. The remaining 4 players in the top 5. It is going to be Steel Shot right behind his teammate. So there's 11 kills right there by these 2 lads for the team. Then we have Crazy for Rising Nepal with 3 kills, Assassin with 3 kills, and Abrar from 4 Archangels with 3 kills.
Yeah, absolutely. Abrar has always been that man from 4 Archangels who always manages to make it to the kill leaderboards. But Steel Shot, I still remember, you know, the shot from Entry coming in, damaging a lot towards Z1 Crazy, and he just got that kill. So even apart from that fact, he had got multiple other kills as well. So Team A1 Esports off to a very explosive explosive start. But still, our question will be the one same that we have been, asking about it for a long, long time. Can they maintain this momentum? Can they keep on to it? Can they hold on to that lead that they've gained right now?
I mean, this is going to be a really good question as well, because now, as Fixes pointed out, I think that was the perfect word. They are off to a really good start. And they have to keep this going. They still have 3 more matches to go. If they can get 1 more game just like this one, I think they are going to be in a really good position by the end of the day. But let us have a look at the match summary for this very first game.
He had got multiple other kills as well. So
knocks, 14 headshots, smokes and nades. Look at that, 268.
yeah, and this is just a mediocre number. How we've seen South Asia teams play, we've seen Indian teams play, and they've learned a lot and they have managed to adapt. But right now, grenade kills. Look at the numbers: 5 grenade kills that we get to see over here. But in the entire game that we had, a lot of players were taken down from the circle, especially the members of, I believe, 4 Archangels and Team Phantom.
Yeah, the late rotations did not work out for the lads, especially for Archangel. They were super late with their rotations, and we did see the same thing happen in PMCO Pakistan as well, but it was on Miramar. This time it happens on Orangle. If you're rotating late towards the circle, you need to make sure that you have enough heals, you have the vehicles to charge in towards the circle, because you can be gate-kept there as well. But the first priority should be to have those bandages in the early stages, those first aid kits, those boosters, the painkillers, the energy drinks, everything that you can to keep your health up. That is so important for your survival, for the points. And talking about points, let us have a look at the standings for this game, the very first game of the semifinals, and see how many points did the teams get. And explosive start indeed, 34 points. The second team is going to be sitting on 15 points.
Yeah, and there you have God's Reborn with just that 1 kill and has 14 placement points, getting them to on the 3rd position. But Team High Voltage, they were also holding their guards off as well. They were doing really good up until when Team Rising Nepal, Team A1, everyone just managed to thrash them out of the server. E2S OPM, they were looking really explosive. They've had some devastating vehicle knocks. They did everything right. But that last moment, when Hunter was supposed to engage with Sinister, he just slipped behind. And that got me to thinking, had he looked at his direction, I guess he could have had an easy 1v1 fight, and maybe E2S OPM could have gone for the chicken dinner.
Well, there would have been multiple possibilities, and the players would be discussing those as well right now, I think. But let's look at the upsets. Kira East Flow, a super aggressive team getting eliminated with 0 kills. Then we have the next one, that is Angry Springs. Trusty Process as well. That slamming against A1 Esports, that was just ridiculous.
I mean, what were they thinking at that moment? They were just traversing around. They find a squad, they just slam in, only to be taken down.
They were being chased as well.
They were being chased.
Yeah.
But do you believe that was a desperate attempt to just find some kind of cover and then you come into another enemy territory?
I think that's exactly what it was. Them just trying to escape and find some cover, find a good place to hide in, and then stop and take the fight that was coming towards them. But that's the thing. We talk about blind charges. You never want to go into a compound blind. They could have wrapped around a couple of times just to see if there was a team, or just gone towards the edge and played around the edge.
I think they did not actually have enough time, because if they would have stayed around, some or the other one must have shot him down. But let's take a look at the players who have made it to the top of the kill leaders chart. And joining Mafia Ninja, we have Sinister, Mr. Boro, Entry, and Evil Eye. We gotta make some clarification over here. These are the overall kill leaders who have played the entire games throughout the group stages as well.
Definitely, these guys are climbing since the group stages, and it has been an incredible performance from these lads. Mafia Ninja, we're gonna see him in action sometime later. That is gonna be tomorrow, definitely. But today, it's going to be Entry's turn. It's going to be Sinister's turn to see if they can take the first position, the crown in the kill leaderboard from Mafia Ninja, and we're gonna be waiting to watch that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But we have to talk about how A1 Esports were taking the fight. Let's get back to the fight that happened with TDP. It